Welcome to moreforlife.com. I'm Michael Moore. In this video, we're going to be working with Brooke. Brooke is a beautiful African-American girl in her 20s. We're going to create a professional look that celebrates her gorgeous features and beautiful skin. In part one of Brooke's application, we're going to start by cleaning up her brows and move on to concealer and brow color. So let's get started. So this is Brooke. She's a 25-year-old young woman who works for a nonprofit here in Denver, Colorado. And what we're going to do is we look at this face. It's just spectacular right off the bat with nothing. So when I look at Brooke, she's got great features, great cheekbones, great lips, great eyes, great skin tone, everything. What I also look is she's got great eyebrows, but we're going to shape those up a little bit to start off with. So when you think about the eyebrow, this is where the eyebrow should start. This is where the eyebrow should end. 45 degrees going right across your pupil would be the highest arch of the brow. Go ahead and raise your brows for me. So you can see how her muscular aspect of her forehead will actually move in that category already. Go ahead and relax. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the tweezer, and if you can see here, you'll actually see that there's a few hairs that are just out of line. Now take those right out of here, which will give this amazing brow even a better look. When you're tweezing your brow, you always want to make sure you pull the hair in the direction that the hair is growing. Do not go against that because you can always have a chance of getting an ingrown hair that way. And the last thing you ever want is a pimply eyebrow. So right there, nice and clean, just a few little hairs off there and you're good. You do want your eyebrows to be as uniform as possible, so make sure you always look at that. Her eyebrows are actually very clean in here already. This one's a little bit heavier, so we're going to clean that up a little bit more. And last but not least, we're going to just take a spoolie. We're going to lift this up and make sure that all the eyebrows are the same length, because you don't ever want that one rogue hair that pulls out and stands up. I personally don't think you need a lot of foundation, if any at all, because I love the tones of the skin, okay? But I can understand that if you are going through a hormonal week of the month, that you could possibly getting a couple pimples or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. What I'm going to use on Brooke right off the bat, we're going to be using a primer on her face. Notice how this primer actually looks like it's a touch darker than what her skin is. It isn't. It actually has a little bit of luminosity in it. And I think with what Brooke is saying, sometimes your skin just looks a little dull, right? Mm-hmm. Or a little almost ashy or gray at times, right? Exactly. So what this is going to do for her, we're going to put a little bit into the palm of my hand. I'm going to get started here. Usually about 1 or 2 pumps is all you need with this. And we're going to take this, warm it up in the palm of your hand. Lift up for me a little bit, Brooke. And we're going to take this across the face, which will wake the face up a little bit. It's got a touch of shimmer in it, so it gives a glow to the surface of your skin. My whole philosophy is do not use what you do not need to use. So only use the necessities that Brooke really needs on her face. Taking this up underneath her eyelash line, because we are going to be using a concealer on her. Okay, so now we're going to go to concealer. And the concealer that we have picked is actually a color called Fawn. What I love about this is you can see it actually harmonizes with the skin tone. And we're going to take this, we're going to do 3 little dots, look all the way up. 3 little dots underneath your eye. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Take this with your concealer brush, starting on the inside of the eye and blending outward. So you're taking this and you're filling the whole ocular cavity, going all the way up to the inside, taking your finger and tapping this out. Now, one thing that Brooke was saying when she started here is sometimes she wears foundation because she feels that her skin isn't really even. I can understand, like, she's got this little line going across her nose. We're going to come back and we're going to get that with her concealer, because there's no reason for you to have to buy a product that just sets in the drawer all the time just for that 1 week a month or something. Starting on the inside, blending it all the way out, using your finger to warm that up. And we're taking this right across the nose, and see how that just gives her a little bit more brightness. So we're going to be going into an eyebrow color in her. You have to think about when you're doing your eyebrow has got to harmonize with the hair. So if you think about, we're going to be using this darkest brown that we have right here. We're going to be using a little angled brush. Take the brush, push it into the product. And what I want you to do is I want you to lay the base to this brow, because Brooke does have a beautiful brow. It's just really sheerness in the amount of hair that she has there. So now we have a shape, and now we're going to build the brow. Go back with your spoolie or mascara wand that you might happen to have at home that has no color on it anymore. Perfect. Go ahead and look into this camera for me right here. See the before and after of that eyebrow and how much impact it makes to this eye. As I always say, your eyes are the windows to the soul, so your eyebrows are the frames to the soul. Take your brush, lay your base. So we're giving the shape, the outline. Bring it downward. Take the same color, lifting it up and filling in the eyebrows. I absolutely love eyebrows, and I love very defined eyebrows. But you have to be very careful. If you're not used to them, you don't want to look like all of a sudden Joan Crawford landed on your face. But I can't remember any celebrity looking at any celebrity that really has undefined eyebrows. That's it for part 1 of Brooke. To see your transformation continue, check out Brooke Part 2 right here on moreforlife.com. Thanks for watching.